Hi everyone, I'm Chelsea. This is your full mobility tips for your shoulders. You are going to need a strap, but you can get a scarf or a long blanket or even a belt. So please do grab that before we start. Now on this position, I'm actually seated on my heels. If you wish to sit cross-legged, please do so. If you wish to grab a blanket or even a block, I would recommend folding up a blanket multiple times and just popping it in between the bum and the heels. So it gives you that little bit of elevation and it really helps the knees if you've got any issues in this position. But please find a comfortable position to sit in. We're going to use the strap and we're going to stay in a seated position. All we're going to do is make sure the strap is about, well, way wider than shoulder distance. Start with the strap on your thighs and we're going to raise up the strap overhead. Hold this position and then we're going to take it over to the left hand side. So when you're here, instead of collapsing and rounding the back, we are opening up the chest and it's almost as if you're pulling the right hand and the right hand is pulling the left hand. So you're having a nice taut tension around the strap or the belt, whatever you're using, and you're gonna feel the shoulder open up, maybe look towards the right armpit, or even look up towards the elbow. Take a deep breath in, shift the weight over to the right hip, pull the navel in and come back to center. Beautiful. Let's do it on the other side this time. Lower those hands down, give the shoulders a bit of a pause, raise up with a strap, taking it up overhead. Now keeping the expression, opening up the chest, we're going to drop the right hand down. As you're pulling the right hand, the left hand is pulling upwards. And you may wish to just open up the chest towards the left side. And this is what I mean. We're still extending from the left hip all the way to the left hand. And you may wish to look up under the armpit or even up towards the elbow. Squeeze the abdominals in, pull the navel, come up to neutral position. Lower down those arms and then come up again. Beautiful. This time you might wish to widen the strap, and then we're going to come behind you as you lower down with the strap. So I'm going to come and shift to this position because I've got a little bit more space on this side, but you stay where you are. Taking a deep breath in. As the strap is behind you, we are going to keep that chest elevated up and over, back to center, and then lower down with control, right? I'm gonna realign my hands so I'm a little bit narrower on the way up. So narrowing my hands, nice tall spine from the top of the head, reaching up with those arms, maybe widen the strap at this top point before you take the strap behind you. Taking a deep breath in, up and over, and then lower down with control. Let's do that 3 more times. Readjust the strap if you need to. Elevate those arms, widen the strap before you take it behind you. Remember, none of this should be uncomfortable. Make sure you have a wider strap. We don't need to win anything or accomplish anything but listening to ourselves, listening to our body, listening to what our shoulders need. And I would call this more like we're flossing the shoulders. We don't tend to do this very often. And we know we should be doing it, just like flossing our teeth. So last one, readjust the hands back into the neutral position up overhead, widen the strap to take it back behind you. Beautiful. Come back in, up overhead, and lower down with control. Now I'm going to keep the widest point of my arm expression here because I wish to take my arms into a gate pose, into a goalpost pose. Now in this position, you can either stay here and this is enough, but just be careful you're not arching your back too much on this position, okay? So belly button is pulling in. As we extend those arms up overhead, we're gonna drop into a goalpost position, and look carefully, I'm gonna push my elbows forward instead of arching my back. So I'm gonna have a natural arch, but I'm not forcing my chest open to do that, right? So here we're going from upper lengthening to the flex position. Shoulders, elbows, wrists are in a 90 degree. If you wish, we're going to push the elbows forward, and look how much my chest opens. So let's repeat that. We're going to extend those arms up overhead. We're going to drop the elbows to a 90 degree, and then carefully we are going to push the elbows forward. So let's keep on that. I'm just going to adjust my blanket because I was sat on it and I shifted. So if at any point you need to adjust, please do so. Arms up overhead into the expression of a goalpost. You may wish to just adjust it a little, and then you're pushing your elbows forward. Let's do that 2 more times. Up overhead, release the tension, come into a 90 degree, and then push the elbows forward. Chest naturally opens. Take a deep breath in, pull the navel in. Last one. Drop the elbows, push them forward, and release those arms. Give it a little bit of a rotation. So we're going to go into a arm rotation this time. So all we're going to do is extend those hands, and the palms are back behind you, yeah? Now I want you to focus on the palms open. So open those palms towards me. So we're going into an external rotation when we open those palms, and then as our thumbs rotate down towards the floor and our palms are away from us, we're going into an internal rotation. So we're just going to play with this. The palms are open. Let's see if we can go up to the sky this time. Then, keeping our spine in neutral, we're going to take the palms down, and then we're going to take the palms away from you, thumbs down. So we're going to go a 360 as much as we can with the thumbs. So thumbs are going to come into neutral, pointing towards me, palms down. Thumbs are up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Palms open. Now we're going to open up, and this is pretty much as far as I can go. The palms are open. I'm not overly accessing and rounding my back. I'm keeping my spine in neutral, and I'm holding this position. Let's do that one more time. Thumbs up to the ceiling, palms forward, thumbs down, in a neutral position, palms down. And then thumbs down towards the floor, palms away from you. So you can feel the shoulders wanting to round, but we're trying to keep the chest as open as possible, yeah? Thumbs back into neutral, up to the ceiling, palms open, and then thumbs back behind you, palms to the sky. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. You're probably feeling the biceps and the triceps right now. So the thumbs are up, the palms are towards me. The thumbs are down in neutral, palms are down. And then the thumbs are down, the palms are behind you. Beautiful. Relax those arms. Give those arms a little bit of a rest. We've got one more exercise on this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up our arms, and we're just going to cross our left arm underneath our right. And we can come into an expression where our back of the palms are facing one another, or we can cross the palms so they are facing one another. So it's either back of the palms together, or you can tie them both in, but just be careful you're trying to align your shoulders with your elbows. So we don't want to drop our shoulders and arms. We want to keep them level. Take a deep breath here. Make a point of looking ahead of you. One more breath here. Open up those palms, give a little bit of a stretch. So really opening up the scapular area. And this time we're going to take the right arm underneath and then twist it around. And then the elbows are in line with the shoulders. hold it here, and really make sure that the elbows are away from your face. So we're trying to really open up that back space. Hold it here, breathe here. One more breath. Last pose, unravel, release, and I hope you enjoyed that shoulder mobility. You remember, you can come back at this at any point. If you're feeling stuck in the shoulders, do this for the next couple of weeks and see how much your shoulder health improves over time. But make sure you do things and modify it to your needs. Please, please listen to your body first and foremost, and don't be afraid to regress before you can progress. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one.